Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Got one property. Kind of looked at this. Chain fence across the alley. Privacy fence across the alley. 60 feet away.
515 J.R. Miller is 60 feet wide. So that's where those,
We don't care, it's just that comes up. I thought it was across the alley.
no, I did not include the other property that I own, 521 J.R. Miller.
That's on the other side of the alley.
Yeah, that's on the other side of the alley, so I left the alley clear.
Yeah, that page 4 of 6 shows it pretty clearly. The dashed lines are the alley, and then actually the driveway extends over onto your property, right? I mean, oh no, the alley is the hard line, yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
there's,
the red line, the red line.
Guess my mistake was, I ride by there quite often, it's somewhat block away from it.
right,
I saw that, and it's, that property is outside the alley.
yeah, the other side of the alley is not included in the drawing fully. You can just kind of see the edge of it. And then there's also what is, for the PDA, considered an alley between 306, 308, and 310 East Fifth Street. It's a shared drive by the deed. One half undivided is a shared drive. And the reason it only goes back so far is that's all the deed covers. It's 88.25 feet. Along those lines. So,
You're asking for a cut on the portion.
yes, a cut on Fifth Street, just extending that out. Yeah, I talked to the city.
Not that I'm aware of, other than shared driveways are encouraged.
It's already there.
Yeah. I cannot imagine an objection.
And in fact, the total width will be 19 feet, looks like at the throat.
Right.
Or even not at the throat, even further out at the curb, which is less than typical single-family driveway.
Right.
Maximum.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's actually Article 21, page 21-38. Item number 7, shared driveways encouraged between lots to minimize the curb cuts. So,
Please speak into your mic.
yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, it would just be extended out about 3 feet towards the intersection. There's currently a curb cut already in place with about just a 9.5 foot wide drive that runs right up alongside the property, the house on 310 East Fifth. And just to avoid any issues with sharing the drive, the woman who currently lives there has not had to share a drive since the house that currently resides on 306, 308 East Fifth has been abandoned for 15 plus years. She's not had to worry with sharing the drive, and so with modern cars and vehicles and trucks, the access getting in and out of there is a little tight. I don't want to end up having to repair her. Yes.
Yeah, and the demolition, that's already been approved.
That house. It's it was a cute house, it looked like, but it's been sitting there a long time.
I spoke with the city engineer. I looked around the exterior of it, and the city engineer had gone previously on the inside, and so we issued approval to have it demolished.
Okay. And it's about fences.
Fences and the width of the garage, proposed garage. Right now, the way Article 21 is written, when you have a front-loaded garage, which Mr. Cohen is looking at, you have a maximum width of 14 feet. In this case, he's requesting that be increased from 14 feet, 30 feet. And he is a sketch of what he's proposing on page 5 of 6. So Mr. Collin will be going before the Board of Adjustments for both the width of the garage as well as the height of the fence, because it's a dimensional variance. But according to Article 21, it first has to come before the Historic Preservation Board to get a recommendation.
So it's the height, fence, and wall of the sidewalk.
The total, as far as the fence is concerned,
Fence.
yes, the wall would be considered part of the fence.
Can't do like Trump.
No, it's total. I did call and verify that.
So how tall do you anticipate if you build that wall?
So it'll be a short wall. So across J.R. Miller, there's a property at 224 East 5th Street. And that property has a 6-foot tall metal fence for privacy in that backyard. So the fence that I would be wanting is a 5-foot fence on top of, just behind the retaining wall. Affixed on top of the retaining wall. So it'd be a 5-foot fence for a total height of 6 feet from the sidewalk. Yes, well, it's approximately 1 foot, but any additional above that, the ground behind where I would be putting the fence would be 1 foot above the sidewalk. There's significant drainage problems with the property, so upon demolition of the property at 306, 308, full site grading is going to be done all the way up to the sidewalk, grading away from the house to achieve the recommended slope away from the house, and any kinds of water damage in the basement. Yes, just behind the wall.
Ed, speak into the microphone so they can get you on the. Oh, hopefully. Maybe they turned you up. So you're committing to no taller than a 5-foot
Correct.
metal fence?
Yes, no taller than 6 feet from
Total,
the
6
sidewalk.
feet from the sidewalk grade?
Right. Yeah, the neighbor across J.R. Miller, I went by there and took a measurement, and it is a 6 foot along the sidewalk height, with the only thing greater than 6 feet being the post for the fencing.
Metal fence.
That's a
No.
big description.
Yes, correct. Yeah, no, similar in style to what is across the street. So it's just,
Pickets.
yeah, metal picket fence. So it will be see-through, and the idea is to have vegetation behind, shrubbery to include a little bit of privacy, as well as the street screen. But as you see in the drawing on page 5 of 6, the idea is to cover the visual aspect from the street of the garage, if that's concerned, from the portion of Article 21, limiting the front view.
I understand your challenge.
Yeah,
Going by
it's intense. So, and also I notice you do have you propose to satisfy the separate garage doors.
Correct. Yeah, so that will be in accordance to the 2193, where it requires 16-inch separation.
On both issues, I mean, Mr. Kahn, after the Board of Adjustments, if the Board of Adjustments approves it, once he has construction drawings and applies for his permits, it will come back to me for a COA and for review and such. But it's important, though, that we outline kind of on the fencing aspect what the board sees as appropriate in this situation, simply because this sort of fence is not really outlined in this district in this specific situation.
I personally think that the fact that we have a fence right in the immediate vicinity is going to probably influence them. Typically, they see something in the immediate neighborhood that's been done, that's a strong argument to be able to extend that same design. From the standpoint of the garage width, to me, since this is a large double lot, it's almost like it's a separate little house or separate little building, which will basically replace the house that was there, although set back far.
Significantly.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think that is pretty appropriate, especially since you're going to have the fence to kind of subdue that.
Since you have 2 lots, you've got a garage per lot. Assume you're gonna do a lot consolidation.
Yes, and I would have to, because you cannot have a garage on property that's less than 40 feet wide. This is 39 feet. So I would be, this is pending a consolidation of all 3 properties then currently.
Well, yeah, it's accessory to the house. So
Right.
Normally,
You could
it's
actually
required to consolidate the
Right.
lots.
You could actually not build a garage, residential garage, on a separate lot.
Right.
Without
It's a principal
house.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This document here says entirely 3 feet. Fence no more than 3 feet in height. That's what the article says.
That's under Article 3, yes.
That's what we have determined.
As it applies to Article 21, correct.
Yes. I'm aware the Board of Adjustment grants height variances. Well, I mean, I think the greatest justification is the fact that right across Jerry Miller Boulevard, there's one. And then there's one to go over on Davis Street, too. It goes on down to Davis Street.
Wall.
There's a wall
Jerry
somewhere
Miller.
on Jerry Miller. I don't know how that
Somewhere.
got there.
Before any of this was took place. Got a short wall and a big one.
Well, if the applicant would be, agree to a condition that we specify that the maximum height would not exceed 6 feet above the sidewalk, have that as a condition in our recommendation.
Understanding sidewalk.
Well, you know, thereabouts.
Right, right.
not a lot level down there, so.
Thereabouts.
Elevation of the sidewalk.
And I believe the design, whatever the construction drawings want, you know, should be, we should term it as part of this approval, if that's what the board wishes, is conditioned on, even though it is a sketch, it is in essence,
I
broadly
think you need-
speaking.
You need, or somebody needs
Yes, I know.
to sign the fence.
Yes.
The CO, the
Yes,
COA.
COA, yes.
I make a motion that we approve this requested, or how are we gonna say it? Encourage or approve recommending this variance. The two items, the wider garage and height variance, to more than an average of 6 feet above sidewalk level, as depicted in these drawings. That's,
All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Opposed?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So moved.
It's a good thing you're young. I worked on mine, been working on mine over 30 years.
No, I think it's great that that corner is going to be kept in an 1881 building, still going.
Yes.
Does there, historic district go all the way to Church Street?
It,
Up to
It actually depends on whether you're talking about Second, Third, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth Street. It starts backing up.
it goes to Clay on Second Street, but it jumps back, it doesn't go very far south.
Yeah, I'd say.
This is right, this is pretty close to the edge, you might have one more block.
Let's say it starts with a B.
Yeah, and if you look at the map, you know, the character districts, if you look at the character districts map, the historic core is basically the downtown historic district. Coterminous. In fact, it was designed that way to mimic. Well, I can tell you. It goes to, actually, it goes almost to Clay. It doesn't include the vacant lot at the corner of Clay on Second. Then halfway back down towards Third, it comes across and comes down Dare Miller Boulevard and then goes along Third Street. And then it goes down St. Anne, Fourth Street, takes in the old Rains office building, and goes up Frederica Street, takes in the courthouse yard, but not the courthouse building. And
including
then-
the statue.
Yeah, including the statue, it's in their
Don't-
yard. Oh, and we're not talking about
I
that.
couldn't resist.
And St. Anne, and it goes up St. Anne's, yeah, we're already adjourned, but anyway, it goes up.
Goes down to Frederica and then
Uh-oh.
goes down between.
No, it goes around the corner on Second and goes up St. Anne. It doesn't include the apartment building, the condo building and Ewell's, Hama Fuels building.